it is your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. And we're zooming in and focusing in on a very, very common, frequent question and comment that I get in to the Peace and Harmony channel, is that people are so shocked and surprised when they have found that their relationship is with someone who is highly narcissistic or psychopathic, and they're wondering what to do now. They feel so lost. They feel so used. They feel so betrayed. And they're continuing to question over and over and over again, is this person this way? Is this person that way? And they're really kind of hung up on that same question. And they want to know, for a fact, is this person this type of personality disorder? And when we really kind of go through the personality type, it can be very covert. It can be hidden from the eye, but namely, it really impacts you and how you feel. And that is what I want to focus on, because I feel that so many people tend to focus on the narcissist, their entitlement, their charm, their pathological lies, the way that they talk about you behind your back, the smear campaigns that they then, tell and, gossip things about you, or they're incredulous and they try to take credit for your work, or, they keep a very tense atmosphere. All the attention has to be on them. Well, if you can understand that, you don't need a label. You don't need to put a psychological term. I mean, you can just really understand that this person is not in your best interest. If they lack empathy, if someone is making you paranoid or suspicious or disrupting you, then that should be enough. No, you're not too sensitive. Your sensitivity is a gift. The fact that you're, aware of this means that you're tuned into something, and you need to tune into that inner voice. Oftentimes that's what happens, is people end up, shutting themselves down and letting the other person win, letting their needs prevail, letting their, rage dictate how things are handled. Everything is in their favor. It's kind of like a seesaw. Everything is going down to them or up to them or whatever it is, and then you're like on the other side and you're feeling gypped out. Well, once again, it just goes to show you the power of a narcissist and how they can get all eyes on them without respect to other people. In other words, they just use and kind of treat people like an empty vessel, almost as if they're, interchangeable. And there's a whole spectrum or variety of feelings, and intensity with which you'll encounter this. And as I've said in other videos, it can depend on, the socioeconomic status of where you live. It can depend on, where you work, what type of work that you do, what area of business, there are certain, certain socioeconomic areas, both those that are highly affluent as well as on the other spectrum, those that are highly impoverished, that tend to have a huge propensity of the narcissistic or psychopathic or sociopathic people. There's whole countries in the world that are run by these types of people. Very, just, horrendous. And so when you look at that and you've identified, is this person that way? Are you, if you're asking that question again and again, it's because you're doubting yourself. You're doubting what you really need, and you don't want to look it square in the face. You don't want to do, like Michael Jackson says, change the man in the mirror. You need to get comfortable. If it's not comfortable now, I would encourage you to get comfortable with the fact that you have goals and objectives and needs, relationship that are separate and distinct from this abuser. And if you have, put an inordinate amount of your identity caught up in pacifying them or appeasing these types of people and have expectations that you're going to get it back, you might as well get grips on the truth that the narcissist, whomever this person is, who's keeping an undue amount of tension, unhappiness, and poor favor in your life and is not seeking to give you what is in your best interest, then it's time to just, lay the fork down and say, I get it now. okay, I am now going to, pick up my my heart and my mind, and I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to put a flashlight into the darkness, and I'm going to now tread where I've needed to go. I'm now going to need to design my blueprint for what I really want and allow it to be. And I know a lot of people, have still, they might still be with this person, or, are still, involved with this person in some way. It doesn't mean that your life can't get better and you can't become more empowered. As I call my viewership, the harmonizing, those who are empowered in harmony, empowered harmonizers. I think that's what we're going for. It is, that is what we want. So where the power is within you, and it is that power oftentimes which most people are afraid of. So it perpetuates them asking all the wrong questions. Wow, is this deep? We're getting really into it, but I'm giving you the answer. I mean, people spend years, decades in therapy, and they never get better. And I have so many people write to me and tell me, you have changed my life. My therapist can never even help me, and I've been going there for 2 years. I am so pleased to hear that, because that is my goal, is to help uplift. It is a waste of human potential to stay stuck. So that is my goal, is to help elevate that human potential within you and grab you square by the shoulders and say, come on now, let's get with it. Let's go after your dreams. Let's ignite that fire. Let's get a trail blazing. Let's get a bonfire going. You might just even love, to go for a nature walk and put together a bonfire. I mean, that might be celebratory enough. You need to realize that your needs are your needs, and distinct and separate from, and it's okay. But the guilt, I think oftentimes, is what hurts people, is they have a guilty time kind of breaking away and living their own life. It is very, it can be very sad. You need to go through, these steps of grief and understand why you've been stuck there for so long. That will help you kind of, it's like getting, a burnt chicken out of the pan. You need to get yourself out of there, get unhinged, unglued, unstuck. And oftentimes people are afraid to do that. They want to live their life like a turtle, pull the head back in, or, I hope I'm making some people laugh. I mean, you got to have fun. You want to, just climb back into a shell of depression, or trying to, point the finger at, why this, why that, and then continue to see. But if you continue to do that, like the law of attraction says, you're not going to have a quantum leap, which is what this channel is about, which is the exciting part, which is the juicy part. You're not going to have a quantum leap if you keep looking at the narcissist. People are so afraid to take their gaze off of this person. It is always, especially, if you've been married, or this was your heartthrob, or you were enamored with this person, and, you were up all sorts of hours of the day and night, entranced by this person, and ooh la la, or ooh wah wah, whatever, you have a tough time getting them out of your gaze. But even though that is what is required, you have to become unattached. Becoming detached from this doesn't mean that you're a loser. I mean, that is what the most successful people have done, is they've been able to detach from the hurt. I mean, look at all, and then live with the vision of what, was great, even though there was no one there to back them up. Look at Martin Luther King. Look at the Rosa Parks. Those are people within the American culture who have made huge, radical, just quantum leap change. President Obama, quantum leap change. Who are some people that you admire and that you reflect on? Who are your role models? Who made quantum leap change? They were, new product developers. They were architects. They were musicians. They were singers. They were visionaries. Maybe they were monks. Maybe they were priests or priestesses. Maybe they were bishops. Maybe they were popes. Someone who you really admire, who made the quantum leap in life. They were able to go, where no one had gone before. They were able to back up their dreams. They were able to get pen to paper. They were able to, get the workout gear going, and help others get fit. They were able to learn how to juice or to become a vegan or become a carnivore or whatever it is. There's a lot of, pursuits there. But that is what is required for your quantum leap, is to stop asking the questions about the narcissist and start asking the questions about yourself. It's foreign, it's new. No one has asked about you before. No one has looked at you with joy, happiness. No one has hugged you and embraced you that way. It's new. Oh my God, you've got to do it for yourself. You can do it. That is what the human challenge is all about. It's like the great stories, man against himself. I mean, there's man against, the Greek tragedies that you've studied in school, perhaps, man against nature, man against man against society, man against himself, perhaps, is the great challenge that you're finding right now. And it is bizarre. It is strange. If you look at all the geese, sparrows that are flying, they're not, having this same conundrum. You're like, how difficult is it to be a person, but you have to understand what it is to be a person. These are the questions you need to be able to, feel comfortable with. If it was not part of your earlier life, well, it's time to make it part of your earlier life. I don't care. Go get a rattle, go get a diaper yourself up, get a rattle, get a coloring book. You need to raise yourself up now. You need to rise, You need to do it. You need to start a community where you can pull each other up. I mean, that's what prayer communities are about. Bible study groups. We're pulling each other up. There's the power of, more than one. There is a community. There is a support group. So, you need to go out and then do this. You don't have to feel so isolated and alone. I know viewers have said some great comments like, that's what Al-Anon groups are for. That's what 12-step programs are for. Well, then go and get into part of these groups. Find one where you can become energized and empowered. If not, then find, a community college or a college where you can join, or, your park district, or all sorts of spiritual centers or other meditation centers in your area where you can plug in. Meetup.com. Go to these things. Stop being so shy. Stop saying, I've got so much social anxiety. Get out there and do it. Roll up your sleeves. Whatever jacket you have is fine enough. Your shoes are good enough. Your hair is enough. Your body is enough. You are enough. Go and get out there and do it. It's time to get out there and fly. It's time to being stuck in I don't know if I can do it. What about this? Ask the questions about yourself. Hug yourself. Hi. Get to know yourself and go out there and do it. It's time to start asking the right questions about yourself and focus on that, and not feeling guilty, not feeling ashamed. Keeping your head up and going ahead and walking it, and then begin to pursue those pursuits which can earn you the money, earn you the status that you've earned for yourself, earn you a title, earn you a degree, earn you an accomplishment, a climb to my interest. Whatever it is that's a challenge for you, look ahead and get into that looking ahead forward motion. You will get there when you start asking about yourself and taking your gaze off of the narcissist. It is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today, and I hope that these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.